The Camp Nou, home to Football Club Barcelona and the biggest stadium in Europe. Many football fans around the world dream of visiting this football stadium in their lifetime. But what exactly is the best seat to watch a match in this stadium? My name is Dario and today I will show you guys what I believe are the best seats in the Camp Nou and which ones you should avoid. But before we start, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and leave a like if you enjoyed this video. I wanted to thank you all so much for the support I've been getting on my most recent video. I never had imagined getting even 100 subscribers and now we're already on 200, so keep this going. And for now, let's continue with this video. When you are buying tickets on the official website of FC Barcelona, you will see this page. And as you can see, there are a lot of categories and places to choose from. So, where to start? I usually separate the stadium into 3 rings, the first, the second and the third ring. The first ring is closest to the field. Here you can see the players up close and in my opinion, the atmosphere is the best in this ring. The second ring is higher up. Here you get more of an aerial view as you would get when you watch the game from your TV at home. The atmosphere and the view are still very good here, but in my personal opinion it is better in the first ring. But of course all of this is personal experience I got during certain matches, so I can't say this is always the case. Last up you have the third ring. These are by far the cheapest seats in the entire stadium. I sat here once during the Barça v Valencia game, but to be completely honest, I didn't like the experience. I would have been quite annoyed if I traveled all the way from my home to Barcelona to watch a Barça game and this would have been my experience. I think it would have been a waste of money and I would be quite disappointed. I was surrounded by a lot of tourists and they started making pictures in front of the field in the middle of the game, completely blocking everyone's view, and that kind of pissed me and other people off as well. But maybe this was just bad experience. I will definitely try the third ring again while I'm here in Barcelona. But if this is your first time going to a Barca game, I would recommend the first or second ring and avoid the third. One thing I liked from the third ring was that you get a view over the city and the mountains in the back. That was really beautiful to see. So you have chosen the ring you want to sit in, great job. But now you have to decide which area you're gonna sit in. Of course the grandstand and the lateral side in the first ring are the best options, but you pay a high price for these seats. You can see both sides very clearly, and if you sit on the grandstand side of the field, you are very close to the dugout and you can see all the substitutes, and you're very close to the VIP area where injured players sit, girlfriends, friends and family of the players. So that's a really cool experience. In my opinion, this is the best place to sit in terms of view. Then you have the corners. In my opinion, this is the most valuable area to sit in terms of pricing. I paid more for my ticket in the lateral upper area in the third ring than I did for a ticket in the first ring in one of the corners. I believe the choice is very easy in this case. When players take corners, they come really close to you and you have a great view of the entire field, but sometimes it can be difficult to see the players when they are on the other side. But I really believe this is the best area to sit in. Sitting behind the goal is also really fun. My first experience in the Camp Nou was in one of these seats behind the goal, and it was one of the best experiences I have ever had here in the Camp Nou. The atmosphere was absolutely incredible and I was very lucky that Barcelona scored the winning goal at my side of the field. Sometimes the goal can get in the way and it can be very difficult to see the other side because it's very far. But overall a great experience and a less expensive option. The view behind the goal from the second ring may be better than from the first ring because you get that aerial view I was talking about earlier and you're not looking directly at the goal. But these are all personal preferences and you should decide what you like best. For most normal matches, for example against Sevilla or Valencia or Girona, the pricing range is between 50 and 170 euros. For these games, the cheapest seat is behind the goal, then you pay around 10 euros more to sit in one of the corners. This also depends in which ring you are. And then if you want to sit in the middle, the lateral or grandstand part, you pay a lot more, but that depends on the game you're visiting. You pay a lot more for the big games, for example games against Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid, or big games in the Champions League or Europa League. For example, I sat in one of the corners in the first ring for the game against Real Madrid, and I paid 220 euros for that seat. In comparison, I paid 80 euros for the same exact seat against Sevilla. Prices also depend on which league they are playing in. Usually La Liga games or Champions League games are more expensive than, for example, Copa del Rey games or Europa League games. But this also depends on the opponent and how big the opponent team is. So please take these things into consideration before your visit and try to plan ahead. The earlier you buy your tickets, the better. I made this overview for you guys. It popped up on your screen right now. Here you can see which places are better and which ones you should avoid in terms of pricing, view, and atmosphere. As you can see, most places will give you an incredible experience, but just the ones with the crosses I should avoid for next time, because they're just too high up or not worth the money at all. Overall, every seat in the stadium will give you the Barca experience, but do take into account that your experience may differ on which seat you decide to take. So that was it for me, guys. I hope this video helped you guys in planning your next Barca trip, and please do so, because watching a Barca game live is the best thing there is.